And then you have the closing date. And this is when you come to the closing table, meet, and actually transfer the ownership interest to the purchasers, and there's cash transferred to the sellers. Oftentimes, when there are physical assets associated with the business, equipment, land, leases, things of that nature, this is where you execute the transfer documents for those asset purchase agreements as well. So the things like refinancing of certain assets that may otherwise be secured by personal guarantees of the seller. This would need to take place as part of that process. So all of this, once again, would be arranged ahead of time. So a business that has lots of equipment, land, and other things that are still subject to loans, that are subject to personal guarantees, or otherwise accounts that are personally connected with the owners, you will make certain at this stage that you're also transferring those, and you're undertaking steps to refinance any financing agreements to release those personal guarantors that are selling the business. Okay. Then you'll undertake the legal filings necessary to do. This means recording the transfer of any property that is subject to title, the transfer of any ownership interest that's, again, needs to be publicly recorded, like real estate. You will change the registered agent and any listed owners that you have with the Secretary of State's office. You will update your filings for tax records with the state taxing authority and the federal taxing authorities. And then any accounts that you have that are in some way connected with the original owners. As we talked about with financing, personal guarantees and things of that nature, you will need to transfer these over to the name of the other parties. And this is normally done in concert with the obligations under the purchase agreement, where the purchase agreement identifies the equity interest being sold and the amount of money being paid for it. There are other covenants in that agreement that obligate the parties to do secondary tasks or functions as part of the agreement. And that's where all of these legal filings and the transfer of operational accounts and refinancing and things like that's where they're accounted for. Oftentimes they're attached as lists or items in an exhibit to the purchase agreement that stand as covenants and conditions for the deal to go through. So, in a nutshell, these are the various steps you need to take and the things you need to consider when you are selling your business to another party.